Hello, how are you? I am going to, in this video, cover a lease purchase scams, truck rental scams, load scams, the wage theft scams, and maintenance scams, and also ELD log fee scams, all in detail in a hope that people will be able to grasp and understand the scams and avoid being a victims and save their self from being from being scam. And this video is for everybody. And I am going to also make an attempt at the end to describe how something gets from one state to another. Everything that we have in every state, be it a food or some kind of medical equipment, construction equipment, gas or oil, and everything that you use in your local states, local area, local grocery store, city and town is created in some other countries or some other states. It gets to you by 75 to 80% of the time by truck. Groceries, food, everything that you see. And it is a lot of money is involved in this. People who are involved in movement of these, they're making ton of money. And in the process, they are scamming each other like you will not believe. Most of American societies, people in general, have no idea of what is going on. Even those who are involved in these jobs, to the lowest of the low, like drivers that pick something up and deliver to another states, have no idea how much those items that they drive into delivered, how much the company paid for those items to get it delivered, who gets the money, and all this stuff. I'm going to explain them in detail. And I have come across so many truck drivers in the United States for the last 6 years that have been driving in the United States. They're asking me about leasing a truck, assuming that I'm doing what they're doing, and they have no idea, no understanding of the most basic element of what is involved in what they are doing. And I'm gonna make an attempt to explain this in an effort to avert people who are trying to get into this industry, student drivers or people who want to get into trucking industry, to avoid these things. And the lease purchase scam that is being abundantly everywhere now in the United States. Before, it used to be something people talk about normally in immigrant foreign communities that live in a tight-knit where people talk about it like under the table, because this is used to be shameful things to do. Used to be the police and the courts look down upon, but now they advertise openly and proudly. And American drivers, who are the target of this scams, run into these scams in drones, in abundance, basically, because they think they have opportunity to buy their own trucks, to open their own businesses, to be their own owner operator, or to have opportunity to own their own trucks. They have no idea that they're being scammed. Okay, I'm gonna review the element of the scams within the lease purchase and truck rental first, and then I'm gonna go over an email that I received to show you how to spot, how to be aware of a scam when you see one. When you see an advertisement of lease purchase or trucking job online, how you can differentiate the good ones from the bad ones. I'm gonna show it to you based on what I received from a company. Okay, the first thing, hopefully you can see on the screen that the first aspect of the scam begins with the trucking company opening a small business, trucking business, legitimate business, and then going to a truck leadership and leasing a truck from them for, let's say, $1,000 a month or $1,200 a month. If financing, that's what it is basically, a financing a truck. Just like when you go to a car dealership, you finance in a truck. They finance in a truck and then rented this truck back to the truck drivers. You may be thinking, why would a trucking company rent a truck back to a driver when they can just hire drivers to drive their truck and they can keep all the money they make from a truck, from truck picking up something, and whatever the truck pick up and deliver, the company can keep 100% out of aside from the small amount that they pay drivers. That is because they get in it, let's say, for $1,200, and then they rent the truck back to the truck, rent the truck back to the driver on weekly fees. The weekly rent they get from a driver is basically, they rented the truck back for $700 to $1,100 a week to a driver. In a week, in a weekly basis, at the end of the month, if they have rented a 20 truck from a dealership, they would have made $32,000 to $64,000 from that truck, from 20 truck. Let me draw something so I can show it to you on the screen. And I think I lost my drawing pen. But anyway, so $700 to $1,100 a week, 20 trucks, and times 4. So at the end of that 4 weeks, they would have made, if they rent it for $700, it would be $32,000 for 20 trucks. So 700 times 4 times 20, 32,000. Or if they rent it to a driver, if they rent it for $1,100 a week to driver, 20 trucks, 20 drivers, they would have made $64,000 a week. That's that. So why is that a bad thing? It's a bad thing because what ended up happening is the driver is stuck under this company. They cannot go on the low board, pick their own load. This is what I'm talking about, low board. Let's say a driver cannot pick a load, pick a delivery. This is one of the load that is posted on here. The driver cannot just go out and pick this and deliver, pay the company the money, rental money at the end of the week, and keep whatever is left over from his delivery. They don't have that freedom. The driver is tied to the company. The driver can only deliver what the company give him, what the company allow him to deliver. So the company will get this load, for example, for $3.80, and give it to the driver for $2, keeping the difference. On top of that, they will still charge the driver percentage of that load, even though they already, I think I explained that on here. This is what I call load scams. This is how it works. A trucking company open a brokerage farm. They get let's say they get the load for $4,500, and then sell the same load to the driver that renting the truck from them. Remember, the driver already attached to the company. They rely on for work. There's no way for them to get a work from anyone else other than from the trucking company they're leasing the truck from. So for $4,500, the load that they get from the low board, they will sell it to the driver for $3,100. They already make $1,400 from that load, right? And then they're not done yet. They give it to the driver for $3,100. The driver have to pay for the diesel prices. Remember, the driver have to pay for the truck, for the insurance, for the e-log, everything. If anything breaks down, the driver have to pay for everything. The fuel, diesel fuel alone will cost the driver over $1,400 or $1,500 to deliver 2,000 or 2,500 miles to get things delivered. So after they give him the $3,100 load, they're gonna turn back and deduct from that $3,100 20%. Why would they deduct 20%? Because they are for the price of getting him the work. That's what it is. The price of getting him the work, and then they will say they cover a maintenance. Remember, the new trucks, the truck that they lease from the dealership, it comes with the free maintenance. The maintenance is free because the truck is rented. The truck belongs to the dealership. If anything breaks down, the dealership pays. The truck comes with the warranty. So they will cut from the driver the $3,100. They will take 20% of the $3,100, and that's load scams. The driver cannot just get a load. He cannot get the load on his own. Okay, he either have to get a load from the low board of the trucking company. A trucking company, the one he leasing that truck from, they don't allow him to get work from another trucking company. They don't allow him to get work, to get the truck, to take the truck, work using that truck under another company. That is not allowed. That is not the only scams. The other scam is, remember, the company is getting a free maintenance with the truck because the truck is new, and with the dealership will give, the truck comes with free maintenance. So this maintenance, they also charge these drivers. See how I say wage theft. How are you going to persuade this stupid American that you're not responsible for your own equipment? Remember, the equipment belongs to the dealership and is rented by the trucking company. The driver is the one that's paying for everything. The driver is paying for the rent of the truck. He is paying for the insurance of the truck. Still, he is also, if anything breaks down on these trucks, they are, instead of using the free maintenance that come with the rental from the dealership, they selling that maintenance back to the drivers again. So if there is a flat tire on the road, they will charge that driver double the price of the market, whatever the tires or it costs on the regular market. If the regular market, the truck tires cost, let's say, 400, they will charge him 700 for that tire, even though they get the tire for free, because it is maintenance. The maintenance is free, and the drivers have to pay for that. They don't even ask the driver to pay. They will just take the money from his paycheck, because the paycheck's deducted from his paycheck. I hope you understand the atrocities of what is happening. A lot of American drivers are blind to this. They have no idea, and they are convinced that they're getting a good deal, but they're not getting a good deal. They're being ripped off. So, and also, for this purpose, they will keep they keep two paycheck. They will keep the first paycheck, and also if the driver decided to leave and go work for another company, they will never going to pay his last paycheck. That's how it works, which is an equivalent of $4,000. And that they are set up to win no matter what happens in this deal. And also, if the driver managed to stay with this company no matter what, even though he pays over $4,000 a month for this truck rental, that the company only pays $1,200 a month, they charge him $700 to $1,100 a week for the truck. They pay $1,100 for the truck. The company pays $1,200 a month, and they're charging him $700 to $1,100 a week, which is equivalent of over $4,000 a month. If that's not enough, they charge him for the maintenance that comes with the truck, which is free. Also, the other thing that they will charge him is they will sell the driver things like insurance. They pay the insurance $200 a month, and they will charge him $300 a week for the insurance. For example, E-log is an electronic monitoring system that have to be on every trucks on the road. Monthly subscriptions. If you look up right now, ELD monthly subscriptions, most of it goes from $40 a month to $60 or $65 a month. It depends on if you want the one that comes with the dash camera or the one that monitors the speed of the vehicles. Whatever it is, it will not be more than $100 a month. But they charge in drivers, deduct from their paycheck, $60 or more a week from things that for the E-log, that the company itself only pays $45 to $50 monthly subscriptions. Again, the load scams, they get the load for, let's say, $4,500, and they sell it back to the driver for $45. They get it for $45. They sell it for $3,100 right away without doing anything. They have made $1,400. On top of that, they will deduct 20% from that $3,100 from the drivers. And for the wage theft, they will persuade the driver to pay to fix their equipment. Demand that they're not responsible. They're not going to fix anything. They don't spend a penny on any of the equipment. When it comes to repairs on the road, the maintenance, the driver have to pay for that. Only time they pay is if the driver dropped the truck off and leave, and then they have to get a tow truck or another drivers on the road to fly over there to pick up the truck. This is some of the biggest scams. Most Americans have no idea. And then let's go on to the email that I received. Okay. And maybe I should show you how this thing works also. This load, let's say for example, this is a load that goes from Wisconsin to California. It pays 6,700, and it's posted by, not by brokers, by trucking company. Trucking company, they probably have a broker firms as well. This is what's going on. A trucking company will get a load from a shipper. Shipper is the company that want this product be delivered to California, and the brokers will call the company and get it, promise to deliver, and they agree on certain prices, how much the shipper is going to pay the company. Instead of delivering this load themselves, they will post it on a low board for far less money than what they get it for. Assume, let's say, they get it, instead of $3, they get this load for $4. That is over $8,700. If they get it for $4 a mile, and somebody, they put it on here, or they give it to the driver that is renting the truck from for this amount of money, they automatically save themselves. They keep $2,000 without having to do anything. On top of that, and the driver have to drive across from Wisconsin all the way to California. You have to pay for the gas to get all the way over there. Insurance. Hopefully there's nothing is going to go wrong on the truck. No flat tires that he have to pay for. This is, and then on top of the $2,000 they already made from this load, they will charge the driver 20% from the $6,700 that they posted on here, if that's what the driver agreed to take the load for. And so this is not how it's supposed to happen. Okay, the driver, if he is an owner operator, which is, most of these guys are fake owner operator because they are tied to the company, they cannot get their own load from regular low board. They are attached to the company. They're supposed to get the load directly from the broker, not from middlemen, not from a company. Imagine a trucking company get a load for $5,000 and give it to you for $2,000 to go deliver it. That is a scam. That is why I think most American companies, drivers, I mean, that not small or big companies, are being a victim of scams. I should be aware of it. And then I'm going to make another video following up. I'm hoping that this is helpful, and I will post what I wrote on here, kind of help you guys explain and understand how things work. And then also, let me show you the email that I received from National Wide Cargo, and so you can understand what it is that they are. This is one of those lease purchase scams. This company get a truck from they get a truck lease for very cheap. This is how much they want to lease it to you for, $1,100 a week. The truck, they get it for $1,100, $1,000 a month, and they want to lease you the truck for $1,100 a week, which is a complete scam. Even if you take that and you pay, you will never be able to get the title of the truck, because the whole game behind these is to have somebody else pay for the expense of the truck and insurance and everything else involved in the truck, and diesels and everything else. And then when it comes to, before the payment is over, let's say if the payment is calculated that you pay $1,100 a week, You're supposed to get the truck, like they say, in 2 years. They're gonna make sure you'll never be able to get to that point. They will create a problem where they will force you off the lease. How it goes is, let's say you're only like 6 months away from making the whole payment. They will just stop giving you the load. If you, let's say, if load is rejected, the driver pays the payment of $1,100 for the week. Something like this is like horrible. If a driver cannot work, they get sick or they have a sick family or something happens, they want $1,100 immediately for the week, for the rent that's supposed to be for the week. They want it right away. And if you can't do that, they will just get the truck back. Even if you have been paying for the truck for the last 1.5 years, you only have 2 payments away from supposedly getting the title from them. This is never going to happen. The whole point is for them to keep the truck in their hands indefinitely, so they can use the truck, rent it to another drivers, rent the truck to drivers over and over and over and over again, make money from the truck, not give it to them at the end of the payment, which is nonsense. They're never gonna do that. And then as you go, all this is really a complete garbage. Another one is lease percentage lease options, which is they're saying they're keeping 25% of gross. Whatever you make, they take 25% plus 12%, which is 20, 30, 35, 36, 37% of whatever you make, which is huge amount of money. And then they rent you the trailer for $500 a week. Think about that. Trailer is cheap. They probably get this trailer for less than $500 a month. They want to rent it to you for $500 a week, which is a complete scam. I would be very wary of these people. Never go with these companies. Stay tuned.